Oh, what's up, guys? A lot of people here, they gotta hear the truth. So, we're gonna take you along for the journey. This whole thing's about to change. So, what's up, everybody? This right here tells you the day of the year. It's a calendar because the winter and summer solstice line up perfectly in this little slat twice a year. This slot up here in the top is actually a clock, noon every day. The sun lines up perfectly with it, so it's a clock. And this hole right here is actually a compass because it lines up perfectly with Polaris, the North Star, so that's how you know where north is. This would not work if the Earth was spinning and revolving around the sun, though, because, well, it would only work for a couple years. So the Earth's a movable and fixed, just like the scriptures say it is. And someone spent almost $1 million to build this thing. It's all about rebuilding Babylon. That's why it has Babylonian cuneiform on the top of it. Right here it says maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. I thought there was 8 billion people on the earth though, so apparently they got to take a lot of people out. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity, which is just eugenics. Unite humanity with a living new language. Just like Babylon had one language when they tried to build a tower to heaven, and then God intervened and confounded their languages and broke it up. That's what this is all about. They want to rebuild Babylon, which is why they took the world over last year and shut it down overnight. Told you to be scared of the air. Babylonian cuneiform on the top. This is Egyptian hieroglyphics right here on the top. This is Sanskrit right here on the top. And this is ancient Greek on the top. So, again, this acts as a compass, a calendar, and a clock. This would not work if the Earth was spinning 1,040 miles per hour east of the equator while going around the sun 66,600 miles per hour while the sun shoots 500,000 miles per hour through the universe while the galaxy shoots 1.3 million miles per hour through the universe, because this wouldn't work, because it wouldn't line up with Polaris every single night, which we did a time lapse last night and proved it. Then we have, of course, this wouldn't be a calendar with the solstices every single year because the Earth's supposedly spinning and shooting through space. So the people that spent millions of dollars to build this, they know what the Earth really is. It's in the center of everything. It's immovable and fixed. The scriptures are literally true. This is an attack on the scriptures. This is a knockoff of the commandments. So we have 10 commandments, so they made their own commandments. And they think they have the right to kill majority of the Earth, to guide who's allowed to reproduce, to unite the entire world with one language, just like Babylon had until God intervened and broke them up to different languages. Rule passion, faith, and tradition, all things with tempered reason. Sounds good. That's going to be the one world religion. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Too bad we don't get that right now. But all the nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. This is about a one world order. They want a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties because they think they're going to have a utopia once they get rid of us, the useless eaters. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite because, we don't need to actually read the scriptures and know the one true creator, Yahuwah, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the one true hallelujah, the creator. They'll just worship the infinite and love and beauty and truth. It'll be the great deception's coming. That's why they're telling everyone to scan their wrist and forehead when they walk in places so they get ready for the mark of the beast. And then be not a cancer on the earth. That's why they lied to you about all this nonsense about global warming and blah, blah, blah. And the leftists want to take over. Now we have Joe Biden who speaks incoherent psychopathic sentences. Donald Trump is also against you. Potentially the Antichrist, actually. So anyway, Babylonian cuneiform is about rebuilding Babylon. It says on the little time capsule over here, let these be guidestones to a new age of reason. So this is clearly what they want to do. The people that spent millions of dollars on this, they know what the earth is because this wouldn't work if the earth was spinning. So they think that we're stupid. They know that people come here and don't know what this is. It's a compass, a clock, and a calendar. They put it out in plain sight. They tell you that they want to take over the world, how they're going to do it. And they tell you exactly what the earth is with the use case of this pillar, which is a compass, clock, and calendar, because the sky resets for all recordable history for thousands of years around Polaris. North Star, which is in the center of the sky, directly over the center of the earth. So it can't be spinning and revolving. And of course, it's supposedly revolving at 66,600 miles per hour. That's 666 on a 23.4 degree tilt. Taken from a right angle of 90 degrees is 666. They say that the earth is curved at 8 inches per mile square, which is 0.66 feet per mile squared. And then they say the nautical miles is 6 times 6 times 600. They say that the diameter of the moon is 6 times 6 times 60. But those are all just coincidences. And apparently, even though it doesn't feel like it's moving. And even though it looks like it's flat, it's curving. Even though the sky looks like it's moving, it's not moving. And when we see the sunset, actually we're falling backwards and it just looks like the sun is setting. And even though the sun and the moon are exactly the same size in our sky, actually the sun's 400 times bigger than the moon. It's just a coincidence that it's exactly 400 times further away, so it looks exactly the same size, so we have perfect eclipses. or the scriptures are literally true, and there's a lesser light and a greater light, one that rules the day, one that rules the night. The moon gives its own light. They're exactly the same size because the earth is special. It's the center of everything. The creator loves you. You're not just some random monkey that evolved out of nothingness in a tiny little speck of dust in an ever-expanding universe. The creator's real. The scriptures are real. And in order to actually get through the great deception, you're going to have to get right with Yahuwah, the one true creator in the scriptures. And actually, God is the Babylonian deity for fortune and luck. That's why on the back of your dollar it says, "In God we trust." And it literally says New World Order in Latin on the back of the $1 bill. So they don't really hide what they want to do. But I'm the crazy person that's actually gone to test the earth for 5 years, being kicked off PayPal, YouTube, and everything you can name, because they don't want you to know this truth, because you'll be able to see the great deception. So get ready for the mark of the beast as they condition you to wear masks that deprive you of oxygen and then walk into a store to scan your wrist and forehead, because the mark of the beast is coming. They want a one world order, and they built it in plain sight and told you what the rules are, and they're going to try to take out most of the world. It says maintain humanity under 500 million. There's over 8 billion people on the earth. How does that work? So why are we going to revere these people? They didn't even have the audacity to say their real names. They donated under a pseudonym, RC Christian. And if he claims to be a Christian, then we don't have to notice the fact this is about rebuilding Babylon, and it's literally a knockoff of the Ten Commandments. This is blasphemous. And of course, we're actually supposed to destroy pagan structures, but I would go to jail, so I can't do that. Sorry, I had to wake them up. My gimbal died. So yeah, anyway, this costs hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to build it. If the Earth's a spinning magic ball that they show us cartoons of that takes $60 million a day of tax money because they landed on the moon in '69, but they can't go back 50 years later because that checks out, and technology gets worse over time, even though my computer has higher processing capability than an entire warehouse of computers in the 60s. But anyway, they claim they went to space and that the scriptures are wrong because we proved the Earth's a ball. And if it's a ball that spins and revolves, this literally wouldn't work. So they just wasted $1 million. That checks out. They just threw $1 million out the window because the Earth's a spinning cartoon ball where even though water always finds its level, that's why it's called sea level, when we have liquid in levels when we build houses, apparently 70% of the Earth is level water that's actually bending convexly around the exterior of a spinning object in a vacuum. Of course, also, you can't have a pressurized system sitting next to a vacuum. It's the second law of thermodynamics. Necessitates that entropy will increase. So to have pressure, you have to have a container. It's in the word pressure. Pressure. It presses on the walls of the container. So when you open up your soda, the pressure equalizes, right? So it has to stay still to have the pressure. So you can't have a pressurized system adjacent to a near-perfect vacuum of 10 to the negative 17 torr that violates natural law. But they want you to think that everything came from nothing. You're a tiny speck of dust in an ever-expanding universe. And the scriptures are wrong. Because if you know the scriptures are true, you become much more powerful, and you're going to get to see the great deception, and they won't be able to get their creepy little new world order. So, no, the flu didn't disappear the same year the government took over. There were 38 million cases of the flu last year. Now there's only 2,000 cases of the flu. They just are trying to take over and take your rights away. Masks actually are bad for you. They deprive you of oxygen. Whenever you exhale toxins, it's trapping it there. We don't have to listen to the government. They're not our creator. The person that we answer to is the one true creator. Yah. Hallelujah. And Jesus is real, but his name was actually Yeshua. Either way, the Messiah is real. Get right with him so you can see the great deception, because the plagues of Revelation are coming. And when the plagues come here, you actually will get sick. If you don't have the spirit of Yah, you don't have the seal of Yah, that's the only thing that protects you against the Revelation plagues. So maybe, just maybe, we should stop fearing the air and get right with the Creator, because the psychopaths that built this tell you what they want to do. And all kinds of languages, so everyone knows what they want to do. Sorry, dude. I was trying to eat lunch, but an entire van of people popped up. I had to go and tell them the truth. I wonder what ancient Babylonian structure these stones are patterned after. Does the shape or assembly resemble anything occultic? I'm sure these were built all over the place, but they're used as a compass, clock, and calendar. The Luciferian Ten Commandments, that's correct. Or the scriptures are true. Yeah, exactly. Sound is a bit shaky, but great docu, bro. Thanks. Yeah, sorry, the wind's blowing. I'm on my AirPods, but I just saw a bunch of people out here that needed to know the truth, so I had to interrupt my lunch to come tell them. Hey, this wouldn't work if the Earth was a spinning ball, bro. This is a compass right here, right? This lines up with Polaris every single night, the North Star. That's how you know where north is. This slit in the top right here is a clock. This is how you know it's noon, because the sun lines up with this hole at 12 o'clock every day, so it's a clock. You know it's 12 o'clock. And then the winter and summer solstice, the sun lines up perfectly with here, which is how you know what day of the year it is. So it's a compass, a clock, and a calendar. Because the Earth's a move, one fixed, the sky resets as a clock over top of us for all recordable history. If the Earth was spinning and revolving and shooting through space, this wouldn't work but for a couple of years. So they would have wasted like $1 million. This is about rebuilding Babylon. That's why I said they want to get the world population under 500 million. And then Babylonian cuneiform is right there. That's why it's in all the languages, because they tried to build the Tower of Babel to heaven, and then God intervened and confounded the languages. So they're trying to rebuild Babylon, and they know what the Earth really is, and they're trying to take it over. I had to tell you, bro. Yeah, thanks for being open-minded, no? Have a good. There you go, man. Hey, take it or leave it, bro. Have a good one, bro. Love you guys. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I just had to do that. I was trying to eat lunch, but they had to hear the truth, bro. All right, so you can speak truth unequivocally. If you want to support the tour, $, which it gets it on Cash App, which their Proton Mail, PayPal. The weak find contempt and the consensus of ignorance, so stand tall in the face of ostracism. Peace.